Yeah, I am back. And this time I got fucking audio. I hope I got goddamn audio. Because I'm not fixing this shit again. If I don't got audio, fuck it. I'm just going to get drunk and not give a fuck. So I had a goose thing, whatever the fuck it is. And now I got some fucking magic hat. It's hard to see because my webcam is complete shit. But I got me some magic hat. Oh yeah. Magic hat. Not quite pale ale. Magic Hat Brewing Company. Burlington, Vermont. Hey, it's Burlington. Hey, Bernie lives there. Hey, is this socialist beer? This fucking socialist beer. You know, they're taking money from the wealthy and they're giving it to the poor. The socialist beer. They just want to, whatever. I'm not again. I like Bernie. In fact, I voted for him in the primary. But anyway, whatever. 5.1% alcohol. I'm not reviewing this. I'm just drinking this, so I don't know why the fuck I'm saying this. Ale with all natural flavors. Well, no, what? Why would there be unnatural flavors? Like, anyway, I don't want to read this. Sort of a dry number 9. I forgot that there's a big number 9 there. It's a number 9. I guess that's what they call it. Whatever. Sort of a dry, crisp, refreshing ale. Yeah, whatever. Mysterious and unusual palate will swirl across your tongue with subtle notes of fruit and a floral hop bitterness. Wow, what bullshit is this? Oh, wow. It'll swirl across your tongue. Woo! It's swirling already, baby. Beyond that, there's beyond that fucking shit. We dare not tell you more, for with each sip, mysteries are revealed and still more questions raised. Why number 9? Why indeed? Yeah, whatever. It's cool. I'll drink it. I hope it doesn't taste like shit. Ah, yeah. Woo! God damn. Not bad. A little sweet. Today is one of those fucking days where I don't feel like doing goddamn shit. I feel like TJ and Paul. I just want to sit on my ass and not do anything. I don't have to do anything. There's a lot I could be doing. And it's all going to pile up during the week. Stuff I got to do. But I don't give a shit. I'm lazy as fuck. God damn. They can just sit around for hours. You know, Paul just being like, how you doing? Yeah. Hello, everybody. And then TJ's just rocking back and fucking forth. And they do that for fucking hours every day. And people watch that shit. So I thought to myself, why don't I fucking have a beer, do some bullshit, whatever, rock back and fucking forth. I don't give a goddamn shit. And maybe I'll get views. Maybe I'll be famous because of that shit. One of these days, I've been telling myself for fucking months, I just have to just go on Amazon, just buy a fucking gaming computer, whatever. One of these days, I'm going to get like a $800 to $1,000 range, well, $700 to $1,000 range PC. I'm going to get fucking a better webcam, the Logitech 920, whatever, the standard. There's the 922, which is like $30 more, but apparently the quality is not much better and whatever. So there's even the C15 Logitech, which is like $30. Also has HD, but I guess it's less. I don't know how 1080p on this webcam could be worse than 1080p on another webcam. They're both 1080p, but this one is like $20+ less. I don't know. Whatever. One of these days I'll maybe make a legit podcast, but till then I'm just going to sit on my fat ass. Let me do something, goddamn. Here we go. I should have done this in the last fucking stream, but I'll do it again because why not? So I'm on, you can't see this because I don't have anything set up, but I'm on MSN, which is what old people use now. Nobody goes on MSN. But on their political section of their news, they have a horrible poll thing. So I'm going to do it just because. So, first question. Do you think the Supreme Court do you think of the Supreme Court as more or less political than the other two branches of government? And I'm going to say less, because they're not like killing each other over issues and things. Sure, like politicians can complain about the Supreme Court, the nominations and whatnot, but the Supreme Court themselves, they're not really, they're still all, oh, I'm serious and reserved and I don't speak out my mind, and, you know, they're there for 30 years. Has the Supreme Court become more or less political due to rulings in recent years? I'm going to say similar, because, I mean, then again, the Supreme Court themselves is not that, I mean, they vote on issues, but they're not really talking about political issues much. It's the politicians that are arguing back and forth outside of the Supreme Court. So it's not really the Supreme Court that's doing any of this shit. This is all Supreme Court shit, man. Boring as hell. Has the Supreme Court become more or less political due to the nature of the confirmation process? That is more. Because fucking when Obama was goddamn president, he had, you know, the Republicans like years or whatever it was, months, where they're like, no, we're not nominating, we're not letting you have your candidate. We don't want any Democrat. And now Trump is picking Republicans and the Democrats are going, no, we don't want your Republican candidate. I mean, obviously Obama was picking more moderate, you know, Democrats, and Trump is picking very far right conservative candidates. So it's a little different, but, you know, Trump's picking these constitutional conservative whatevers. So to please his base. So should Brett Kavanaugh, whatever the hell his name is, be confirmed to Supreme Court? I mean, yeah, there's that sexual allegation shit that hasn't been proven. But at the end of the fucking day, Trump's going to pick conservatives, whether you Democrats like it or not. So if it's not Brett Kavanaugh or whatever, it's going to be some other fucking constitutionalist, conservative, anti-abortion, whatever. So just get him in there. The quicker you get a conservative in the Supreme Court, the quicker you get a conservative out of the Supreme Court. Okay? Because the longer you stall, it's just... the longer down the road we're going to have one of these conservatives. Because Trump is not going to pick a moderate. He's not going to pick a fucking Democrat. He's going to pick a fucking conservative. So you might as well just deal with it. There's nothing we can do. Who do you plan to vote for in the House of Representatives in 2018? Democratic candidates, Republican candidates, other candidates, or not sure? I'm going to pick other candidates. Because I know for a fact if you would have forced my ass to vote, it'd probably be an independent. Because most of the Democrats aren't doing nearly enough to entertain me. And definitely the Republicans aren't doing shit either. So, how is Trump doing as president? That's my opinion of how Trump's doing as president. Strongly disapprove. Yeah. And 80% strongly disapprove. 15% strongly approve. And there's 3% lean approve, 1% are not sure, and 1% disagree. So it's pretty polarized. Most hate him. The rest love him. The few people are in the middle who are a bit more confused. Not many. I spilled beer on my shit. Goddamn. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound. What shaped a wretch like my ass? My ass is big. My ass is round. Anyway, I was saying something before. Oh, yeah. I was watching Obama. This has to do with candidates, you know, for the 2018 midterms or whatever. And you have Obama I saw his speech a couple weeks ago at that college in Illinois, Chicago somewhere. You know, the one where he talks about, I saw corn and there are beans. That was like the first minute or two, he'd make some quote about corn, and it's fucking awesome. But other than that, his whole speech was great. I didn't think I'd sit through the whole thing. I really didn't. I thought I'd fall asleep or I'd watch 10 minutes and get bored. But he's a good fucking speaker, Obama. former President Obama. But the end of his speech kind of pissed me off. Because the whole speech, he's slow, and he's a slow talker. And he can be boring at times. He's slow talking. But at the end of the fucking thing, he basically sums it up very quickly, just like, yeah, you should vote for Democrats. If you want to change things, you should vote for fucking Democrats. He's like complaining like why the millennials, who are now like the largest voting group, aren't voting. Like a third of them are only voting, or 1/5 or something. And I'm thinking to myself, Obama, telling us to vote for fucking Democrats is not going to do shit. You know why we're not voting? Because we're disenfranchised by the fucking system, okay? When you have fucking Democratic candidates that don't do shit, they don't talk about issues that really matter, they don't challenge Republicans on actual substance. Oh, Trump is nasty. He's sexist. He's rude. Who gives a shit? Challenge his, tell me why your political views are better. Put out a solid plan. Don't just tell me I'm against Trump. Actually have a platform. You know, so there's a reason, Obama, why us millennials aren't eager to vote. Because the whole system is shit. Both sides of the coin are shit. They don't represent us. They don't do anything. They don't answer fucking simple questions. You ask them a fucking yes or no question, they'll go on some 5-minute. Well, look, the thing is, you have to understand, blah, 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 blah. Look, I'm very, they won't even answer questions. So why do you think? Why do you fucking think they won't, people don't want to vote for them? Why do you think? Because most candidates are full of shit. Most politicians are full of shit. Look at what's going on with Yemen and Saudi Arabia. The Trump administration is supporting Saudi Arabia. We've always supported them. We have weapons deals with them. And guess what's happened with Yemen? Hundreds of thousands of children are dying from, chloria or whatever that disease is, And, they're blockading medical aid and our weapons, which we gave them in a deal. They're bombing, Yemen. And it's one of the biggest human rights issues in like the last several decades. And, and what are the fucking Democrats saying? They're saying fucking nothing. So you ask me, fucking Obama, why you should be voting? Why aren't you voting? Because they're not doing shit. You have clear moral issues like that, and their lips are fucking shut. And it's like, I'm supposed to vote for these pieces of shit? I'm supposed to vote for these dumbasses? Fuck. Why? They're not addressing any issues. Healthcare. They don't want to support Medicare or universal single-payer healthcare, Medicare for all. They don't want to support infrastructure plans. They don't want to try to make college affordable. They don't want to have a strong stance on marijuana. We gotta, I think the states should be up to the states. I don't really have an opinion on the issue. Come on, on fucking, half these issues. They don't want to comment. They don't want to answer. They don't have strong fucking opinions. We need to work on Obamacare. You're going to have fucking Joe Biden out there going, ooh, we need to work on fucking Obamacare. Woo. What a load of shit. What a load of... I got to plug this shit in. Fucking shit. Load of fucking bullshit. And you wonder why people are disenfranchised. You wonder why millennials aren't like old-fashioned people. They're not like old people. They didn't grow up in a time when they respected candidates. They didn't grow up with a party that they stuck with. They're not polarized. They don't give a shit. They're mostly a clean slate. Many lean left. And you have to try to attract them. And you're not fucking doing that by being as shitty as you are. Not answering basic questions. Not standing for anything. Having no substance. So, fuck you, Obama. You complaining why aren't you voting for Democrats? Because you suck. Sorry. You've been out of office. That's another thing that pisses me off. Yeah, I mean, what can you possibly do? Like, at the DMV, I had a woman servicing me at the DMV in her mid-30s. Hopefully she was hot. Asking me why I didn't want to vote. She said I should do something if I disagree. Like, what can you do? Third parties, if people get mad at you, even citizens, they get mad at you if you vote for third parties. You're wasting your vote. You're a spoiler. Hillary could have won. I voted for Gary Johnson because I thought, well, he's a third party. He has more traction than Jill Stein does, and she got arrested in some other thing, activist thing. So I voted for Gary Johnson. He had the legal weed stance. Okay. He got like 2-something% of the vote in my state. And people be like, you spoiler. You know, Hillary could have won if you didn't vote. Okay. She won in my state anyway, by the way. And second of all, quit pressuring me. The lesser of two evils bullshit does not fucking work. It never fucking worked. Okay? Telling me, oh, well, Democrats are better than Republicans. They're still shit. Sure. I could be voting for Democrats, and then when they get in office, I could be yelling, hey, we want you to do this. But we already have shitty Democrats in office. We already have Republicans in office. We're already yelling, or at least some of us are, we want these things, and they ain't listening. They're not doing shit. So, you know, we should try to get somebody who already has our interests in mind when they're running. And that's hard to do. Fucking, you know. That's another thing. Obama has been out of office for like 2 years now. And he still has the most powerful voice, one of the most powerful voices in the world. When he speaks, people listen. And what exactly has he done? Nothing. Oh, I'm going to take a $400,000 speech from Wall Street. I don't need that money. I make a pension of $200,000+ a year, which is more than most Americans make. I'm set for life. I had a book deal worth $60 million. I don't need this $400,000. I don't need it. The only thing it does is makes me look bad. But I don't give a shit. Yeah, the presidential pension is $200,000 plus a year, and it'll probably increase at some point. You know, back when Harry Truman was in office, Harry Truman was poor as fuck. He had like a hat business and several other businesses in the early 20th century, and they mostly failed. He was pretty broke. So when he left the White House, he had a lot of fucking debts, and the man was literally broke. So he got apparently, I think, some money from a book deal, but it didn't work that well. So it was pretty fucking embarrassing. So the government was just like, all right, presidents get pensions now because Harry Truman is broke and we don't want this fucking awful. So they have pensions. They have to make like $200,000 a year. I think maybe another $100,000 or something for his secretary and press people, you know, and travel expenses and stuff. You know, so they're pretty well made. No president is going to be broke, poor, living on the street, worrying about medical bills. They get government, they get health care, like military health care. You know, they're covered. But Obama says, you know what? I'm fine. I got millions from book deals, sales, and the book deal I had. So I don't need this money, but I'm going to take it fucking anyway and make me look like shit. And then I'm going to go fucking play golf with Tiger Woods. And I'm going to go to Marlon Brando or whoever's private island and live there for a month and not give a shit. It's like, man, you have the most powerful voice in the world. You could be standing up to Trump. You could be promoting democratic ideals, but you're not doing shit. You're not doing fucking shit. You know? So, anyway, that's enough of me ranting about this shit. You know? Need to be a fucking culture where you can actually vote for a third party and not have someone question you. Oh, you know, you're wasting your vote. Man, fuck you. You're wasting your vote. Fuck you. You're wasting your vote. Voting for the lesser of two goddamn evils. You know, if Joe Biden runs in 2020, I'm not voting for his ass. Unless he has a strong progressive message and he means it. If he puts out a single-payer healthcare government system, if he says marijuana and most drugs should be legalized, ending the war on drugs, ending our involvement in the Middle East, infrastructure plan, reducing college plan, creating something, you know, if he actually does something, I might vote for him. But if one of these Democrats in 2020 is just going to be a generic Obama-like politician, I'm not voting for him. I have no incentive. You know? Yeah. Freedom of speech is manipulated, man. Social media. That's another thing. People are often on the fence about freedom of fucking speech. People are. It's true. You know, recently on YouTube, you had Alex Jones being banned. And so many people in the comments on articles online on YouTube comments on videos about Alex Jones being banned. So many people were like, well, YouTube is a private company, so they can do whatever they want. If they want to ban Alex Jones for being offensive, they can do it. Frankly, I'm glad he's gone. Like, what? Where's your freedom of speech? Sure, it's a private company, but they're such a large company. They're such a large platform that shouldn't they have a free speech platform? I mean, most of these companies got the traction they did by being free speech. You think if YouTube has been as hard-ass, as censoring as it was now in 2006 and 2007, you think YouTube would have grown? YouTube grew because of stupid people cursing and ranting and smashing things and doing stupid shit, because of YouTube poop videos, because of stupid people like, The Amazing Atheist and Boogie 2988 and Fred and all these fuckers doing crazy stupid shit that you couldn't really see on TV because it was too lowbrow. That's how it became famous. And another thing, when the adpocalypse happened, all these people were going, how dare they demonetize my favorite YouTubers? How dare they're censoring YouTubers and the view counts are going down and all this shit, and they're being hidden in the search bars and they're being demonetized and they're being age restricted. This is terrible. How dare they? YouTube, fix this shit. You're hurting my favorite creators. Fix this shit. But all of a sudden, when it's somebody like Alex Jones, somebody you don't care about, it's like, well, YouTube's a private company. They can do what they want. Make up your mind, right? Is censorship good or bad? Because when it's your favorite YouTuber being censored, you're going to be complaining out your ass about how fucked up YouTube is. But when it's fucking somebody you don't like, oh, it's fine for them to be censored. It's okay that they censor Alex Jones because I don't like Alex Jones. But if they censor Boogie, if they censor Logan Paul, if they censor whoever I like, I'm going to be up enraged. Whatever. It's good beer. Good fucking beer. And that bothered me. It was like, really? You're defending YouTube now. You're defending their censorship. Yet for years you were criticizing them, arguing, ranting about how YouTube was screwing over creators, how the adpocalypse was terrible. Make up your mind. Like, what? People are so easily manipulated. Like, it's such a double standard with most of these issues. Anyway. One of these days, like I think I said before, I'm going to get a better webcam. I'm going to get a gaming computer. Maybe I'll be able to stream. I'll get OBS and some other stuff working. I have OBS on my other computer, my other laptop, but that's older. It's slow as hell. It's got viruses. It's just a nightmare. And I don't want to have to boot it up and everything or whatever. So, and one of these days, I'm going to be selling my paintings online. I have several paintings. I've painted Ben from the Drunken Peasants. I've painted Billy the Fridge, also from the Drunken Peasants, and he has his own successful channel with like 100,000 subs. I painted other various pictures. So one of these days, I'm going to open up I already have an Etsy account. I just have to figure that crap out because I've been lazy and busy. So one of these days, I'm going to start posting some of my art online, and hopefully people are interested. I mean, I don't care if it takes me a year to sell a painting, that'd still be pretty good to me, because as long as I sell something. I mean, you're supposed to factor in, how many hours it takes to paint a painting and how much you expect to get per hour and the materials. Basically, I'm using most of my art now is either on plywood, which is relatively cheap, which is it's mostly scrap plywood I get for free, or masonite board, which I also got for free because my father was using it for some construction thing. Anyway, it's not the thickest. I wish it was a little thicker, but it works. It's long term. It's not going to be probably flaking or as cracking as much as a canvas would. Anyway, and I've got some on canvases, but they're budget canvases. But still, I figure I put 5 hours or 5 to 10 hours into each painting, give or take, maybe a little less, maybe a little more. So let's say you put 5 hours into a painting. And, yeah, let's say you put 5 hours into a painting, and I want $10 an hour. That's $50 plus materials, paint. Let's bump it up to $60. That's $60 a painting, right? So that's not horrible. $60 a painting. I could see someone paying a painting for $60. But let's say you spent 10 hours on a painting, and you want $20 an hour. 10 times 20, that's $200. Plus some extra supplies. It's just, you keep it at 200, whatever. Round it to 200. That's, that's not nothing. That's $200. But, it's original art. So I think some of my paintings are worth $200 to me. I mean, if I'm not making more than like $50 on a painting, depending on how long I worked on it, I don't think it's worth it to sell it, because it's like, what's the point? I put so much effort into this painting. I like how it looks. I might as well hang it on the fucking wall and not, sell it for less, Getting like 20, whatever, $40 or whatever is nice, but it's not worth it selling the painting. So, oh shit. DP is live. Drunken Peasants is live. So I'm going to go end this shit. I'm going to watch that shit. This was a random clusterfuck of ideas. But whatever. Hope you enjoyed. I don't know why you would, but hope you enjoyed this shit. And next time when I stream, you better be fucking watching. Good night, everybody. Yeah, I want to end this shit.